Welcome back to the Pergamon campaign. Alright, so, excuse me, first things first, I do want to say, so I was thinking about doing like a different upload schedule for this, having it a bit slower in between, just because my upload process, it takes like 2 days for the video to get uploaded and then processed to HD quality before I can post it, and if I also wait for a day or two to get comments from you guys about like what I should do or whatever, then basically I can only do 1 or 2 episodes a week, and I would rather not do it that slow. So I think I'm just going to go back to my upload schedule for the Adrian Kingdom campaign, which is essentially every day. So it may not be quite as interactive, but I think it will be better for the campaign itself if I just upload more regularly. Alright, now first off, since it has been like a week since I've recorded any of this, let me get my bearings here. So our economy's really hurting right now. We just liberated these guys. We have a disease, which really sucks. You know what, I may even just disband a bunch of these guys, because I need the money. Let's just make sure everyone is deployed. That could actually be a pretty difficult army to take on. Alright, let's see. So we're actually pretty friendly with everyone. I bet we could trade with these guys, yep.
I look forward
so let's
to
get that started immediately. If I can bum some money
object
off of
to a
them,
cup
that would be
of wine
good.
first.
Okay. Still not planning on attacking these guys anytime soon, so if they will trade, that would be great, but it's not essential. Okay, now let's try and form the Hellenic League early. That's what I was working on.
In a spirit of Olympian
I
hospitality,
say it's not likely to happen anytime soon because I'm not rated very powerful yet. I would kind of like non-aggression with these guys. I wonder if they would trade.
Be like a spear. The man who hangs upon.
Okay, I can't really afford to pay them for non-aggression right now.
With skillful tongues that we may speak our parts well, and so reach agreement.
I wonder if I could get like a military alliance if I were to join the war against Macedon. I'm not really planning on moving that direction. No, okay. Alright, so diplomacy, not super important just yet. Well, at this stage. Let's see, one more bit of authority for this guy, and we'll be able to adopt this dude. Once we adopt him, we can... Once we adopt him, we can go ahead and make him the general again. But for now, I think about all we can do is end the turn. I didn't even look at public order when I looked across these. Okay, I'm not going to build this just yet because money is a problem and food is a problem as well. You know what, that said, I think I could do it. Well, once I move my armies back over, there'll be less food, so maybe it's not a good idea. Let's just go ahead and end this turn. Neither of those really matters right now because I'm not going to be recruiting any cavalry right now.
Ready for battle.
In the meantime, let's just go ahead and take these guys out real quick. It's winter, so our movement range has basically gone to nothing.
Ready for orders. For the gods!
Just go ahead and auto-resolve that, no sense fighting it.
Waiting for orders.
Release the captives because we need the money. And then I think we can just start heading back to our own territory. We'll also go ahead and let these guys patrol because I am no longer at war with anyone. We can offload the mercenaries. Save us a bit of income. Or a bit of upkeep. I'm actually going to hang on to the cavalry for now. I know they're expensive, but cavalry is really valuable early on. Okay, this is not the king, so he's not super important. Let's just... Let's see, I'm gonna go for a little bit of the governance stuff with this guy. I'll actually go with the public order for now.
At your command.
Alright, and that's probably all I need to do for this turn. We actually could upgrade this now. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Pergamon is in the hole for food, but that'll be resolved as soon as that building gets completed. Diplomatically, I doubt there's anything I can really do. I mean, some more non-aggression in this region could be nice, just to kind of secure my northern border. These guys kind of wanted non-aggression. Maybe they'll take it now. No, not quite.
The man who hangs upon the shield of another is nothing but a bird.
What about these guys?
Greetings! Speak plainly. Your offer was
Alright, so nothing too
but we
important
have
this
no need to
turn.
shed glory, ale of
My
good
taxes
folk.
are medium, so we should be okay. I am going to send a diplomat here. I know it's kind of expensive, but I think it needs to happen. Our loyalty is looking great, so let's just send her. And we need the public order, so that's the correct choice. Costs some money, but I think it's necessary. Alright, so for now, my tentative plan is to try and go to war against Galatia and get rid of them, because I'm actually a little bit intimidated by those guys. They can be quite a powerful faction. If for no other reason than the fact that their garrisons tend to be pretty tough. Okay, the disease has gone away, thank goodness. Alright, so these guys, let's see, was I actually... No, I wasn't building anything for sieging just yet. So let's just bring these guys on in here, let them get some replenishment, hopefully, and have them patrol. You guys... my regional food is tanking pretty bad when I have two armies here, so I'm actually going to move these guys further down south. For this turn, I will patrol just to get a little bit of extra gold. Now, if it wasn't for the public order issues, I would probably upgrade this immediately. Between public order and squalor, I really don't want to do that yet, though. Okay, now we need to expand just in order to start actually gaining some population, gaining some income, all of that good stuff. So maybe now is the time to go against these guys. My fear in doing that is it's another city that could be attacked from the sea, and it just creates a really, really long front. Whereas if I were to like take this city, I have actually a relatively short front. Do you know what? I think that will be my plan. Maybe I'll go for Lydia next, because I know they're buddies with the Seleucids. But that should mean that Egypt is willing to help me out down here.
As you command.
And these guys are looking pretty undefended right now.
Swift and silent.
I want to scout up that direction a little further. They may have actually just lost a battle against Egypt over here. So if I was going to make a move, sooner is better at this point. You know what? I'm actually going to do it. Let's see. I can't recruit because I'm patrolling. If we come out of the patrol stance, that'll let us pick up a couple of these guys. We can still only recruit 2 per turn, but that's okay. Don't really have any mercenaries available, but I'm thinking we can pretty easily take Pessinos. Now, let's see diplomatically what the repercussions would be for fighting Lydia. Egypt would like me, the Seleucids would not. These guys would dislike me. But otherwise, I don't think it should be too problematic. So that's probably what I'll do, is go fight Lydia next. Just gain a little bit more control over this region. And then I can more easily push east. Oh, you know what? I don't really have much with these guys.
Athena give you wisdom, so that you may speak well
Got
and
non-aggression.
persuade me of your
I was going to say
cause.
they should accept military access.
With these words, you
Probably
welcome,
next turn
welcome.
they will accept a
Let us-
defensive alliance. Doing that could be a little bit dangerous because I'm sure they're about to be at war with Rome. And so that could draw us into an early war against Rome, which is always dangerous, unless you can strictly focus on defeating them. Alright, anyway. I think that's all I need to do this turn.
Hermes would surely bless you if trade between our peoples was allowed. Do
Now,
not
it's actually
annoy
kind
the
of tempting to
gods.
take that, because it might make the Seleucids not join the war against me when I declare war on Lydia. But I'd want Egypt happy with me more than I want trade with the Seleucids. Especially because I'll be going to war against them soon enough anyway. Good, we definitely need the extra public order wherever we can get it right now.
The gods have brought me to you.
I think I'll go this route with both of these two.
Words are yours.
Okay, now with you, let's wander up here. I wouldn't expect Lydia's other army to be up there. Okay, now you need to go back down this direction. And we're gonna kind of be a little bit cheesy here and declare war on the turn I actually plan on attacking. Just because early on, I think it's less important to be polite and more important to establish yourself.
On the move. Faster, curse you all.
We don't have anyone within range to attack us, so we don't need to worry about getting ambushed.
Ready for
We
orders.
do, however, need to recruit some more units. So I know we're super low on money, but we're going to keep picking up these hoplites.
To serve your people.
Just the greater numbers we can have, the better, in my opinion, right now. Especially because we can expect pretty heavy casualties in both of these battles. Also, I was going to say, does Ephesus not have walls yet? Because if they don't have walls, that would make that... You know what, they shouldn't get walls. I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know why I thought they have walls there. Maybe it's because they do in vanilla. Maybe. Because Ephesus might be the provincial capital in this area. I don't remember anyway. Alright, now let's check out some more diplomacy. I really, really want non-aggression with these guys.
A flapping tongue that speaks without wisdom.
Come on.
The man who...
May as
give
well
you
go
welcome.
ahead and see what these
Let
guys
Zeus
think
and
of
all
us
the
for
gods
now.
smile upon our meeting, so that all may profit.
Okay, that's Hellenic League.
Welcome,
I'm just going to keep checking this
In a
all the
spirit of
time.
Olympian hospitality,
They're not at
I
war with
welcome
anyone, so
you
it's not
and will-
likely they will accept confederation. Now, since I'm going up against Lydia first, it might be prudent to trade with Galatia. Well, I guess if I do that, all it's doing is making... If I trade with these guys, it'll make Galatia hate me. If I trade with Galatia, it'll make these guys hate me. So maybe I should just leave that situation alone for now.
Athena give you
Rhodes,
wisdom,
almost
so that
guaranteed
you may
to not
speak
join the
well and
Confederation.
persuade me of your cause. Be welcome.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're going to be the difficult ones, I think.
Greetings, honored guest. I serve as my people's ears and tongue.
Okay, nothing good out of our allies yet. Is there anything else I can get here just to
Sit,
boost my
friend,
relation?
and let
Not
us
really.
talk.
Alright. Well, let's end the turn and go to the next one. Good, some extra public order again. We're actually really boosting the public order here quickly. Alright, now let's see. So we have 22 units up against their 15. They have 9 units of decent hoplites versus our, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Our cavalry outmatches them, so we have more hoplites, more infantry, more cavalry. The only thing we don't have on them is a skirmishing advantage. Let me send my spy down here. Before I get too committed to a war with these guys, let's go do some exploring. Honestly, it would be better to take out their army first, instead of taking this city first, just so that they can't really counterattack anywhere. But I'm pretty confident that my garrison here can hold if they decide to attack me within the next 2 or 3 turns. So I'll go ahead and deploy here. This is a little bit concerning. Worry about research in a moment. Let's get these guys on in there. I'm going to go ahead and call my allies to war. Please let all of these guys break off. You know what? Maybe I should wait until the Seleucid vassals rebel. Maybe that would help. I don't know what turn that happens on, though, and I need to get a move on quickly, so let's just go for it. Okay, good. None of the vassals joined. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and send our entire force in on this. Do I need to pick up any mercenaries? Not yet. Let's see if there's any better options here. Okay, so we actually have a lot of mercenary options here, so let's go ahead and fight this and then see how things are looking. We have 3 units of archers to take care of. The rest is basically just hoplites. In DEI, this quote actually really applies. If you just sit around and kind of wait for things to happen, the AI will get hyper-aggressive against you, at least in my experience. Because I have done a little bit of playing around on a couple of other campaigns, just the first few turns to kind of see how... Because basically I'm trying to learn how the AI behaves, and I've tried a couple where I just sat around and they just ended up steamrolling me because they had the finances to send 2 or 3 full stacks against me, and I couldn't even afford one. Okay, let's deploy a little bit defensive and use our levy troops first. Excuse me, I literally always get the hiccups when I'm recording. Always. Oh, these guys are actually melee infantry. That's good. We'll actually go ahead and keep them with the skirmishers out here, though. Okay, now my general I kind of want to keep out of the fight for the beginning, just because he is kind of injured. He's a little bit more difficult to get replenished. I didn't mean to pause it, I meant to fast forward it here.
Our reinforcements have arrived.
Okay, now the rest of our cavalry is on the field. Bring the generals out to this flank. Send the mercenaries over here. Once we get into formation, we can go ahead and start moving forward. It's actually one of my favorite opportunities in the game. It's just to get the view of the armies marching. A little bit too far away to actually see the units very well, though. Alrighty. Still haven't even got line of sight on the enemy. Really what I probably should do is just let my hoplites engage their front line and then run these guys around the flanks. Because these guys are lighter. Well, they're both rated as light troops, but I would expect the non-phalanx infantry to move quicker.
You remember I said that I was worried that one of the characters was getting underutilized?
Yeah.
And I didn't want them to feel like I was not giving them the attention that they might want?
Yeah.
I literally just had a way to use them fall into my lap. Their character speaks some French, so they get to go help interrogate the German assassin who speaks some French.
Oh boy.
How is it that the story just comes together so perfectly?
I don't know, but it sure is nice.
All of the characters just get involved, and I feel good about this because I'm accidentally creating an awesome story that is getting people involved and doing cool stuff with the characters that those characters specifically can do.
Yeah, you should be happy with that.
I'm very happy with it. I just need to step up the time frame on it so that the story actually moves along instead of taking another 2 months to do the next thing.
Yeah.
Because people enjoy it whenever I do it. People always get really into it. I can tell people really get hyped when I do action sequences.
So move it along.
If there was a way I could become a professional DM in text, I would make a lot of money.
Do it.
I should. Be like, you need a campaign run?
Do it.
Yeah. I don't know. The thing that's weird too is the fact that, like I was telling you earlier, where there's this kind of strange balance between having things planned out and being able to improvise. I feel like I have planned the story out enough and set up enough of a story that the characters naturally ended up wanting to go figure out what was going on, and they went into the story as I played it out.
Yeah, instead of you having to force everything.
Yeah, and instead of having to like make things, instead of like having to scramble and like change directions, it's like as I have set it out and planned it, there is enough stuff to shepherd people into wanting to do it. What I already have planned. So.
It's pretty impressive.
I know, right? I'm gonna get a swell head. Fit in my hoodie. Still fighting Empire? Or?
No, I'm actually recording my Pergamon campaign. This is the second episode.
It's the Pergamese Empire.
What? The Pergamese Empire?
Yes, so you're creating it.
No. I would not do that to these gorgeous units. You're all Pergamese now. Oh, man. Alright, well, a little bit of being sidetracked, but that's okay. My brother plays an online game that he ends up role-playing it, like DMing a lot of role-playing stuff on, and the adventure that he's got going right now, the group is having a lot of fun with it, so he's really excited about it. Okay, if they're gonna charge up here, oh, don't be like this. Let's just go ahead and post up. Okay, we do need to make the move on them because of the cavalry or the missile problem. I don't want to just be taking missile fire this whole time. Okay, you guys go ahead and hit the cavalry unit. Okay, these guys get back on the move. Nope, don't move, just attack. Try and actually make sure we get a charge bonus there. Start moving these guys around the side. There's not really any reason for me to... Oh man, I hate when the AI does this. Okay, I need to get my general out of here because he's about to get surrounded. Axes, go ahead and redirect. Okay, they're shifting a lot of force up to the other side. That's a little bit concerning. But just a little bit, not a lot. Okay, let's go ahead and get in on them with the axes. You guys go ahead and form phalanx and just sit tight for a minute. Okay, you guys form up.
What are you ordered?
You get the general into the missiles now. Start wrapping these guys around. And then start slow marching. I don't really want to engage them right on that hill. For obvious reasons. Okay, let's get the cavalry in. Hoplites have an attack order. You guys are on the flank a little bit, so let's see if we can press any advantage over there. Pull these guys back out of the engagement. I'm just going to ignore those hoplites for now. Okay, if they're not going to engage me up there, that's fine. Just want to deal with these missiles as quickly as possible.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
You guys can go ahead and actually pull back a little bit. No need to get involved with the hoplites. If we can just keep dividing them like this, that'll make it real easy to break them all. Go ahead and let the generals keep working on those broken missile units. I will send one unit of spears over here to kind of trap these guys. see if we can't get the hoplites to push forward a little bit. Okay, let's try and get a side charge on those guys. I want to get the general out of here soon. Nah, let's just get the mercenaries in there to help them out. We can get down here and charge those guys in a moment. For now, let's just keep surrounding this.
The battle is turning in our favor.
Okay, now we've eliminated most of our charging opportunities by surrounding those units. Let's go ahead and keep pulling back out of this. I want to get these guys out of there, actually. Okay, time for these hoplites to start making a move. Okay, shatter those guys. One of you come over here and help finish this off. Okay, hoplites, they're actually turning to face you, so reform a little bit. You guys can go ahead and start shooting again. Okay, we've actually got an opportunity for a good rear charge here. We just need to go pin them down first. Okay, so you guys go ahead and charge in there. You guys get ready to collapse their flank. I don't need all 600 of those guys to do that, though. Okay, once we have these guys engaged from the front, we'll go ahead and charge them. It's an uphill charge, but that'll be okay. Let's get into formation here. Keep these guys moving in the right direction.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Decent charge. Let's get the spears in to back it up and pull the cavalry back out. Push these guys in on the rear of the hoplites. I may need to pull some of these axes back because they're getting pretty beat up. But we will do that later. Alright, these guys are out of ammo. These guys can start moving over. Okay, got that unit completely surrounded. Let's play it a little bit slow for a minute, see if we can just keep breaking some of these guys. You guys can come out of phalanx and get up here.
Orders understood. Swords.
Okay, still working on this collection of troops. No point sending those guys in on it though. Okay, you guys can all go ahead and form up. These guys are losing decisively. Let's get the generals over here just so they're present and available. I'm not even going to engage these heavier hoplites because if I can rout them just by army losses, I won't take as many casualties. Okay, and as long as they sit there, I'm just going to keep running down these couple of units.
Ready by your command.
Okay, we'll kind of see what the AI does here. Just get the missiles out of the way. They're not going to do anything without any ammo.
Pikes at the ready.
Okay, 2 hoplite. Oops, that's not what I wanted. No, damn it. 2 hoplites on that side, 2 on this side, 2 on this side, and then some reinforcements up here. So we've got them totally trapped. Not that it really matters, but I'm thinking we can probably start to get some army losses penalties going against them. Okay, time for everyone to get in. All of these guys on the flank come out of phalanx and just get in there. I'm going to send the general in instead of the infantry. These guys can either come out of phalanx. just see if we can route some of these units real quick. Okay, there it goes. Simple enough. Still lost 300 men. It looks like that unit of axes took the heaviest damage. It's a little bit unfortunate because they're my best aggressive unit right now, or my best aggressive infantry, I should say, but it'll be alright. Because at this point I can probably just merge those two units. We'll see how many men remain in them. So that little hill in the middle that we couldn't get across actually really served our purposes because it helped us divide their line. And the more divided they were, the easier it was to surround them. And obviously surrounding a phalanx is the best way to deal with it besides shooting it. So that actually worked out pretty well.
Ready for battle.
Okay, public order is obviously going to be a problem here. Is it worth repairing? I think so, and I think I will actually keep this here. Because I haven't even done the research to build that yet, so it'll be nice to have that kind of for free. And that means I don't need to start researching any of this stuff yet. I would like to get some champions. Matter of fact, that's probably the next thing I should do. But let's pick this up first.
Commander.
Alright,
Ready
now...
for Commander.
In terms of recruitment, we can actually pick up some Pergamon pikemen. We're going to need a lot of these guys soon, but I'm not going to recruit them yet. I'm going to pick up as many of these axemen as I can possibly get, because I think they're a pretty good early unit. I want them so bad. This faction has some really freaking cool units. I am probably overly excited to use them. Probably a little bit too excited. Now I might need to send a little force back to help defend Nicomedia, because I'm not really liking that these guys are hanging out on my border. We're friendly, but that doesn't mean they won't attack me. I think we'll be okay for a turn though. At least one turn, I should say. Okay, so we're getting some recruitment. We have access to mercenaries if we need them. We can finally start recruiting some decent troops out here. We just don't have the population to support that yet. Now, let's see. Gotta keep these guys in range to be reinforced. I'm not entirely certain that Lydia doesn't have force here, so I'm not going to patrol these guys. I'm just going to leave them standing. And that should be just about all I need to do this turn. This guy actually has enough authority that he can adopt him now, which also means we can marry this guy off and make him a general. So... that upkeep is nice. That decrease in upkeep. Let's see, there's politicians, he's a general. I could swap him out, but I think we'll actually swap out the general. Or the king. I'm not even going to try that one. Alright, so where are you? We're going to replace you with Eumenes.
We hunger for battle.
And Eumenes, or however the hell you would say his name, we're actually going to try and make a warrior. Okay, we can get the better cavalry for free, so I am definitely going to do that.
Ready for orders.
Now this one is labeled as hoplites. I'll probably have them double as a pike army, but we'll see. I expect they will be mostly for field battles, while obviously the siege army will be for sieges. But anyway, let's go to the next turn. We've got a decent amount of money in the bank now. We're making a little bit of money now, so things are looking good economically. Economically? Economically, does it matter?
Upon you to aid
Non-aggression
us in
with
our
Egypt.
deliberations. Bring income so that we may have a treaty today.
Yeah, I thought you might pay me for it. I didn't think you'd pay me that much for it, but I thought you'd pay me for it. Infantry recruitment all the way. Trespasser, why did they march into my land? Are they going up? They're probably going up against Galatia. Just going that direction instead of this direction. I'm okay with that. Obviously, I'd rather they weren't in my land, but whatever. Okay, and that's defense for all infantry units, not just swords, so we will take that. Go ahead and give him weapon damage for the commander. And give him the mercenary commander as well. Alright, now we're going to have public order issues here, but as soon as I move out of the settlement, that should... Yeah, it somewhat went away. Let's go ahead and keep marching. Where did their army go? They were recruiting troops here. Where did they go? Am I being completely blind right now? Is there a chance they went into the sea and this Egyptian fleet took them out? Could they have just run away this direction? Oh, there they are. I didn't realize I actually didn't have line of sight there.
At your service.
Actually going to go ahead and move my spy up this direction now.
Ready for battle. At your command. At your command. Commander.
Okay, let's keep recruiting in this army. I don't want to recruit these guys yet because I just want that population class as high as I can get it. That Galatian infantry is actually tempting me. I do need to start recruiting some missiles, I think. But I think I can also wait for a little bit longer. These guys are actually pretty dang good. But yeah, I'll wait a little bit longer for now and just keep picking up more of these axemen. Again, this isn't my long-term army builds. This is just enough to get me through.
At your command. At your command.
Still avoiding recruiting from my second-class population. Probably what I'll do is swap a lot of these axes into this army.
Commander.
Because early on, I think they're going to be my best bet for aggressive infantry. For now, let's just go ahead and pick up some... Wait a minute, what the... These guys come from a different population class than I was expecting. I was expecting them to come from the Barbaroi, not the Paroikoi. Oh well, we'll pick them up and see how they do.
We hunger for battle.
Now, it's ideal that these guys have left their garrison because it just means, obviously, they're split up and they'll be easier to take on. We're really, really low on food right now. Like, dangerously low on food. And when that completes, we're actually going to be out of food. Scheisse. Alright, so let's see. Next turn, my spy will go far enough that she can redeploy and be stealing some food for us. That'll put us up by another 3 or something. And if we can get our armies out of our own lands, that will help with food as well. Both of these guys recruiting is actually taking a lot of food away. So if I needed to, what I could do is cancel these two and have them recruit in this army instead, because then this army wouldn't be taking 2 food because of the recruiting stance. But whatever, we'll be alright. Now our income is obviously hurting pretty bad. Loyalty looks pretty good, except these guys could use a little more, so let's send him off to put some food in Asia, because Asia is still struggling. Or Asia is now struggling now that we picked up an extra building and are recruiting so much. And we'll end that turn.
I beg you, take up the sword of Ares and attack these people. They menace us all.
I can't get you to join a confederation if I accept that, so I'm not going to do it. Or I mean, like, it wouldn't give me the option right there, because I was going to use the joining the war as a bargaining chip. But I guess it makes sense, because I can't join a war with a faction that I am already. Because if I joined the war and they joined my confederation at the same time, it would just be me declaring war on Macedon. Anyway. Okay, disgrace. That's actually -3 influence per turn. Really isn't too big of a deal. Sacrifice a child? Hell no. Let's sacrifice a bull, though. You don't want angry gods. Okay, first thing. Oh, we were also down on food in part because it was winter, I think. Okay, let's just sit there for the time being. Send the full stack army out ahead, because they can handle being ambushed. And then we'll send these guys out. I don't think there's any point picking up mercenaries, because I've got, what, almost 30 units, and they will only have 20 some odd. Let's see, 28. What was that? 9 and 15? 24? So you know what, I actually might pick up some mercenaries for that battle, just because the faster and harder we can beat them, the better. Of course, I also don't really need to get aggressive after that, because, oh, you know what, they do hold another settlement. That's unfortunate. I might need to send my spy down there to check that out, because if they have an army there, that could be really problematic. Okay, we are in the hole for money. Public order is going down, but we can afford it, so let's go ahead and end turn. Just move on to this next battle.
My people do not like luxury, but money is needed.
Okay, couldn't quite get that with roads yet. Now the best time to make a move on either of these factions is right after they fight each other. But I don't think it's possible for me to get up there that fast. Okay, over here, let's just go for food immediately. I can start worrying about sanitation and public order in a minute. Okay, they ran and hid again. Did they just go over here?
You have further orders?
If they went out to sea, they shouldn't have had much movement range. The AI is confusing me so bad. There they are.
At your command.
I would rather launch the attack with these guys to get that army the experience, but whatever.
Siege to the settlement!
For sake of time, I think I'll just auto-resolve this one. Lose a bunch of population doing it, but I think we'll be okay. We don't need the population as much for being hyper-aggressive right now, so I'm okay with it. I really shouldn't loot this place because public order is so bad right now, so I'm just going to raise it.
Ready for battle!
Now these guys have plenty of strength remaining to take on their final force. Just go ahead and merge some of these units up a little bit.
At your command.
They could replenish, but I'm going to replace all these units eventually anyway. I'll go for the public order boost. And then food for now.
Ready for battle!
Up here. Okay, and this is for my hoplites where I'm trying to get as much damage for... See, I still don't know, do spear units count as pike units? Or do pikes count as spear units or not? So like, would my pikemen get that weapon damage bonus? I just don't know. Okay, I don't necessarily care for either of these two in this army. The decrease in recruitment cost is nice, but not actually that great for what I want this army to do, so let's just go for outright weapon damage instead.
We hunger for battle.
No point chasing them.
We hunger for battle.
At least not yet. For now, we can probably basically just leave them to rot. Okay. I should get some food on the go here, but I am sorely tempted to get some sanitation started instead. Yeah, because I can build a fishing port, so let's go for sanitation here. I do need to research scholarship in order to... Oh, I already have scholarship. I was going to say I need that in order to even build that building. But we'll be okay. Right, we burned through a bunch of our money, but we're still in the positive. We can go ahead and give her some extra cunning. None of the rest of those are very important. This guy... Yeah, we'll give him that. Blessed Arms of Ares. That's actually kind of cool. Alright, we'll end this turn. Let's see what else we can accomplish. I think next turn we're going to try and get some diplomacy going now that we've kind of established ourselves a little more. Now my goal here is to avoid wars for several turns so I can get my economy
Your wisdom
really
is
going.
renowned, and surely Athena herself would see
I
that an
wonder.
attack on these people is necessary.
What if I paid you? I mean, I doubt it, but maybe.
It is a terrible thing to spread war across the world, but I beg you.
Because at this
attack
point
these
in
wretches.
time, I don't think I'm going to be able to get a confederation with any of these other Greek states. But if I go to war with Macedon, I'm not sure it's going to make it easier.
Devotion to the gods has many rewards.
Right, now I'm not going to wait around and build up my money anymore. I'm just going to immediately start constructing stuff that'll give me food. I may as well get this too, because our population in Asia is going to be really, really important to bolster as quickly as we can. Now,
At your command.
time for the last offensive. They should maybe retreat.
For glory and honor!
I mean, I guess they don't have anywhere to retreat to. Let's go protective, just keep the cavalry a little bit more alive. Well, that kind of worked. These guys aren't at war with any of my allies, so it doesn't really help me to kill the captives, so I'm just going to go ahead and release them and get the money.
At your command.
Now,
Advance.
let's go ahead and swap some of these units around. That'll be plenty for now.
March.
Merge these guys out. Start going the right direction again. We actually start with a decent amount of population in this city, I think because it was already a Greek nation. Let's start picking up some missile units. So in a hoplite army, what do I want supporting them? Do I want slingers, peltists, or archers? Thinking I probably want slingers. You know what, we can even merge another unit out. Pick up another unit of slingers as well. Wait a minute, what the heck? Those guys weren't there just a second ago, were they? I mean, I know I can't get them yet because we need the thorax reforms anyway, but still. Alright, whatever, I'm getting too distracted with that.
Commander, our advance has been halted. Gathering supplies.
Okay, you guys can go ahead and just sit tight. I don't need to do any more recruiting just yet. Okay, public order should be stabilizing there soon. Public order's going down here. Now let's see, construction costs and tax rate versus upkeep and recruitment. Up here, let's go with the upkeep costs. Down here, let's go with the recruitment. Alright, now, diplomacy. The Untitled League, can we get a defensive alliance with you? They're actually at war with Epirus, so hopefully Rome won't attack them anytime soon.
The blessing of the Olympians upon you. What then do your noble people desire of us?
I'm hesitant to join the war against Macedon. Just because Macedon can be a really, really beefy faction early on because they get so many pikes.
Greetings! Speak plainly and without idle purpose, and all will be well.
Don't want anything to do with Epirus. Wait a minute, I thought none of these... Oh, they all joined... These guys all joined the war because they had to. Not necessarily because they care about... Yeah, and I can't get peace with them because they're still with the Seleucids. Alright, so that's a little unfortunate. Went to just do a quick check on Sparta as well, see if we can get some military alliance here, but I wouldn't expect that to be an option. Alright, anyway, let's end this turn. Well, let me check this just real quick. I don't think anything terribly important is going on there for a few turns. Food is still a problem right now. But we've gotten ourselves a little bit established. We've picked up some land. Now we should start to see some pretty decent growth. And hopefully some decent economy starting to develop. I'm just debating in my head whether I should get aggressive in the east or whether I should help my allies take out Macedon so that they can survive a little longer. Let's go ahead and get the important characters so we can start building our family quickly. Down here, let's start going for the champions. Alright, now food is still problematic, but I really kind of need to see what Lydia is doing at this city. That's kind of an unfortunate province shape. Especially because if the Lydians don't actually take this city, then there's no way I'll be able to without causing major problems between myself and Egypt. And I don't want problems with myself and Egypt. Cretan infantry we can go ahead and hang on to.
Make haste, men. Is that all? Commander? Commander.
Alright, now here I'm actually going to go ahead and patrol.
Ready for battle.
And then recruit. What do I want to recruit? Go ahead and just pick up some archers, they're cheap. And we're going to need them at some point. Okay, public order is a major problem here right now. Why is my supplies, or my food status so bad here? Losing 5 there, gaining 5 here, so it should be 0 here, right? It might be because this army is hanging out in our province. Oh, we'll deal with that one later. Anyway, for now, I think we'll go ahead and end this episode. I'm hoping this one should be up by Monday. So, anyway, should start having much more regular uploads of this campaign several times a week. And I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you're looking forward as much as I am to seeing what happens when I actually get these other units, which all of a sudden have disappeared again. Interesting. Anyway, I will end this one here, and we'll see you guys in the next one.